What's up, YouTube? Oh, sorry. I'm back again today because I'm lucky, and so we have a new deck here, or not a new deck. I'm sorry, I messed up there. I meant to say, so I'm going to be doing a new little segment called um deck discussions, where we pick a deck, or you guys suggest a deck, and we just talk about it, and how it can play, if it's pros, cons. Building it, is it pricey? Is it good? Can you personalize it to how you like it? Can it top? Stuff like that. So today we're gonna be talking about Lightsworn cards or Lightsworn deck. Okay, let's go. So Lightsworn, I think Lightsworns, they aid it to top tier decks, but I don't know if a pure Lightsworn deck has ever has topped recently. But Lightsworn decks, I think they're really good. They have the ability to work with the graveyard. So like it's not like if somebody wind up loops you and you have four in the grave, or if you went first and you like set a beckoning light and then you just chain it eventually, just get four Lightsworns in the grave and then summon JD next turn or something. But So yeah, I mean Lightsworns they can play pretty fast. It's pretty broken because JD you can activate it uh a bunch of times if you want as max life points. Um, so you can basically summon JD, blow everything up if it's okay. Special summon two more JDs or something and then just win. Another good thing about Lightsworns is they can play Chaos. They can play cards like Breaker, uh, Chaos Orc, stuff like Gores. There should be Trag somewhere, but I don't have it. Necro Gardener, Dark for the Light Pulsar. Basically, stuff like Sangan. They can add in Darks, and they're already light, so they can play BLS, stuff like that. They can play a very diverse number of cards that is still good. Uh, oh, just so you guys know, this isn't a deck. This is just I added some cards for examples. Solemn, Solar Recharge, which is really good. I mean, you discard one, you draw two, you mill two. That's incredibly good. There's your staples. Lightsworn Barrier. Personally, I think this card is really good, or not really good, but pretty good. Although people don't really play it. It lets you mill two. Like, let's say you summon Jane. You have this. Nothing happens to it. They try to attack you, mill two. And you can choose whether you mill or not. So let's say you have like a wolf, which uh doesn't make you mill, and you can just have a controlled mill with Lightsworn Barrier. So that's my thought on that. One of their other good cards is Beckoning Light. You just discard your hand and then just add light monsters back. So let's say you have a handful of like two Rykos, Lila, Lumina, and like Celestia. You have like three JDs in the grave. Just activate that, discard those, bring back the JDs, and like a light rage, a Dayless or something, and then just OTK. They play really fast. They're very good. So pros, they can play pretty fast. They can be defensive. They can have they have lots of field control, like Celestia. They work from the grave, so it's okay if you lose cards. And they have very good card, Judgment Dragon, that destroys everything. Um, Another pro is they can play with darks, so they can play those chaos cards. Bad things about them, dead hands. They don't always happen, but they can happen. Um, Milling the wrong cards, milling back row. That's why they usually don't play back row. And if you don't have back row, you aren't always protected. Another bad thing, decking out. That's pretty big problem if you they Valor you and like they have back rows and stuff, and they just destroy all your JDs or you accidentally mill JDs. So yeah, I mean they usually win. They're usually fine, but it's just there are some cases where they're screwed because they don't have the other deck is faster. Um. So yeah, that's pros and cons. Uh. I guess another good thing is they can't exceed, like Lumina especially. Just go for Lumina, discard something like Arcus. This is a great card, Aaron. I think this is really good because shuffles defense position back into the deck. So if you they have a Zen mains on you, goodbye Zen mains. You can book a moon something and then summon it or stuff like that. But yeah, it's really good. Um, so I think that's pretty much it for deck discussion. Feel free to leave comments about uh, if whether you were like Lightsworn or not, or stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So bye YouTube.